What's up, guys? Today I'm here to talk about the wonders of watermelon. So I'm going to be juicing this watermelon today, so I just want to show you how I do it, talk about some of the benefits of watermelon and watermelon juice, how do you know if you've picked out the right watermelon, how do you clean it, and then also when you should eat watermelon. So let's get into it. So first, let's talk about how do you know if you've picked the right watermelon. Have you been in the store where you're sitting there searching and trying to pick out the perfect watermelon, but you're like, okay, should it be really green, should it not be really green? What are you supposed to be looking for? There are a few things that you can look out for so that you know you're picking the correct watermelon. Watermelons do not ripen after they're picked. So once they're in the store and you're trying to find like coloring as far as if it's ripe or not, whatever it is in that moment is going to be what it is when you get home in a week. So watermelons obviously grow out of the ground and they're going to be sitting on the ground. So you want to look for the spot in which that they were laying down. So you can see here, you want to look for a yellow or white-ish tint. And so here you can see, like, there it is. That's where it was laying on the ground. And then if it has like a yellow tint, it's fine. If it's like white, then it's probably not good and not going to be as sweet. And then also if it's not as sweet, then it's not going to be as packed full of the nutrients like it should. So another way to do it is, I'm afraid the dogs are going to bark. You can knock on it. And if it sounds hollow, then it's definitely ripe and ready to go home with you. How do you clean your watermelon? Because they grow in the ground and they have soils on them, dirt, they pick up a lot of things while they're being transferred in the store, etc. So watermelon can be really dirty. So what I use is this hydrogen peroxide, but I make sure that it's the food grade, and it's the 3% USP solution. So you can see it here. So that's it. And then I'll show you how I wash it. Alright, so the benefits of watermelon. Watermelon is about 90% water, so it's extremely, extremely hydrating. Another thing about watermelon is it's full of lycopene. So lycopene is that antioxidant that gives it that reddish kind of color, you know, in tomatoes as well. And lycopene is really good for fighting diseases. Heart disease is probably the number one. Also a really cool thing about lycopene is that it protects your skin from the sun. So it's kind of cool of the fruits that are in season for the summer, you know, that kind of benefit you in the summer as well. Hydrating you because it's super hot outside, and then protecting your skin from the sun because it's freaking hot here, you know? A couple other things, so it is just absolutely packed full of nutrients. So minerals, including magnesium, potassium, to name a few, are really, really good. Also packed full of vitamin A and vitamin C, which are really good for building up your immune system and helping you not be sick or helping you recover if you are sick. Another really awesome thing about watermelon is if you are lowering your blood pressure or an attempt to lower your blood pressure, juicing watermelon is going to be amazing. It's going to go straight to your blood system. It's going to skip digestion. Of course, you can sit there and you can, I mean, sometimes I'll do this. I'll cut it in half and have a half of a watermelon for dinner or lunch or whatever. Because it is so full of water, it's going to make you full. But also if you want more, and that's why juicing is so great, you get a whole lot of nutrients packed into a cup of juice, and it's hitting your system immediately, and it's just going to heal your body. We all know that fruit is extremely good for us, right? But not only is it really important to have in our diets, but when we have fruit is actually more important. So fruit is so pure that when we eat it, it digests very, very quickly, and it's in and out of the stomach within like 15 minutes. So it's really great for boosting energy. Because it digests so quickly, you can't have fruit on top of anything else. So for example, say you have starch or carbs or protein in your stomach, and then you eat a piece of fruit, and what happens is that the fruit sits on top of whatever was in your stomach before that is not digested yet, and it ferments. And then basically after it ferments, it acidifies your entire meal that you had previously, which pulls out the benefits from the meal you just had and the fruit that you are trying to eat and think you're doing something good for your body, you know? So not only is it really important to have fruit in general on an empty stomach, but melon especially. So have you ever had watermelon and your stomach hurts, you get bloated, gas, whatever it may be, after you have watermelon? I've actually had people tell me before too, they're like, oh, I can't eat watermelon because it hurts my stomach. And that happens with a lot of people, but it's because you're putting it on top of something that you shouldn't. If you're ever trying to be good and have watermelon or any type of fruit for dessert, it's actually harmful to your body rather than you thinking that you're making a good choice, if that makes sense. So not only should watermelon be eaten first, but it also needs to be eaten alone. So combining it with things like, sometimes people will make like a feta watermelon salad or something like that. Watermelon really likes to be alone. It's selfish, all melon. It likes to digest by itself, so not combining it with anything else. Let it completely digest and get out of your system before you put something else on top of it. And then also, if you're having something before it, make sure that's digested before you put the watermelon into your body. I'm gonna go ahead and just cut the watermelon in half. And I would consider this to be probably a medium-sized watermelon. I've definitely seen smaller, and then I've also seen much bigger. So, look how pretty. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and use the spoon and kind of just start to get it out like that. And since we cut it, it really helps like get all the little pieces out. So let's start juicing. Okay, now we have another full one. I'm on the second half of the watermelon, but I've not finished it yet. And this time I have a bigger glass jar. I'm just trying to find as much glass that I possibly have. And I do like to store it in glass rather than plastic so that the plastic is not seeping into my wonderful juice. All right. Does watermelon stain? Alright guys, so check it out. It made 1, 2, 3, 4, technically 5, 6 juices that would be like this size because there's 2 of those in this, and I got excited and I put some ice in this and drank almost, well, about a quarter of it, almost a half of it. I couldn't help myself. So look at that, one medium-sized watermelon made all of this juice. One of these juices at my local juice bar, because this is the glass from that juice bar, the juices are literally $10, and then with tax it's like almost $11 per juice. I spent $5.14, including tax and everything, with that watermelon, and look at all that I got. That's crazy, right? It's incredible.